Build. Yes, let me clear my throat. What is up? Welcome to Build. I'm your host, Matt Forte. And hey, we are here live at the Build Studio in New York City. Now, as you can hear, we are thrilled to welcome our next guest back to the show. But before I talk about them, just give me a second. Let me talk about our audience here. We do a ton of shows, trust me, a lot of them. We've had a lot of armies here. We've had the Kiss Army. They were nice people, a little rough around the edges. We've had the literal U.S. Army, America's finest, no disrespect. But I'm telling you, hands down, in my personal expertise, I've had the most amount of fun. We get the best questions, the best vibe in the room when the Bella Army comes through, and they are here in full effect. Yes, yes. That means one thing. That means one thing, my friends. Here to talk to us about Season 4 of Total Bellas airing Sundays at 9 on E. The great Nikki and Brie Bella are in the building. How about that? We excited? We ready? Are we ready? We're ready. We're going to bring them out in just a second. But before we do, I believe we have a trailer for this season. So let's go ahead and run that clip.
This comeback is all about making history. Even though you go through changes in your life, you can make one hell of a comeback.
This season on Total Bellas.
It's the best time to be a woman in WWE.
10 weeks of chaos. How do we do this with Bird?
They want Nicole and I to come back for a story.
Did you tell him that we were trying for a baby?
I've never been on this side of it, but it's just the worst feeling in the world.
Ronda Rousey is undefeated.
She's trained to hurt somebody.
The only door you ever knocked down was the door to John's bedroom.
It's confusing because I'm still in love with him.
You tell me what's up.
I'm single.
She's single, ready to mingle.
The mid-30s crisis. Maybe I have some symptoms. I haven't kissed another guy in 9 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will wait. Make a ridiculous amount of noise. Nikki and Brie Bella are in the house. Come on, let's go.
What up, Bella Army?
Yes.
Hey, congratulations, Season 4. I mean, and that is just one of the, I don't know, by rough estimate, 1 trillion things you guys got going on right now. I'm so excited. You got the body and beauty products. Birdie's like a person now since the last time you were here.
It's like insane. Telling me no and bye. Like right now, she's like, bye. And I'm like,
the best.
What?
I mean, I do also want to say thank you for recognizing our Bella Army because the Bella Army is legit the best army in the world. I completely agree with you.
I'll wait for that round of applause
So
as
yeah,
well. Go ahead, give
Bella
yourselves. No, 100%. Of course, it's true. It'd be crazy not to because, you know, yes, we love having you here, and every year it's an absolute treat. But part of that is you have amazing fans that come with you, and they come with you every time, rain, sleet, or snow, no matter what's going on. Your fans are here, and we appreciate them just as much as I'm sure you do. So, yeah, we're going to have a great time today. You know, talking about the fans, ever since this show, now here we are 4 seasons in, you know, how has that relationship with your fans evolved or changed since this show's come out, since they've gotten this window into your world that they didn't have before?
Right. You want to take this one?
I think, you know, Brie and I, we've always had such an amazing, intimate connection with our fans, the Bella Army, and the ring. And I think what the show has done is brought them even closer into our personal lives. And it's crazy. I think that's why reality stars are such amazing influencers right now because you connect with them on a different level than any actress, actor. I think sometimes with musicians, but a reality star fully lets you sit on your couch and come into our lives. And if you're the reality star that gives it all, which Brie and I give it all, we don't hold back, you just get that strong connection and bond.
Yeah, and I think too why we're on Season 4 and why we did so many seasons of Total Divas is because it was the Bella Army that allowed us to make the mistakes. They accepted the bad. They accepted when her and I, you know, like weren't necessarily correct on television. And so because of that support, it made us
What do you mean by correct?
Like, you know, our vocabulary. You know?
So like Bella Brains, when you talk mainly.
Whatever.
Okay.
So, but because of that support, it made us feel comfortable to showcase our lives, to show the good, the bad, the ugly.
Was that part of the conversation, as this was snowballing and growing year after year and getting bigger and bigger, has that always been a part of the conversation of like, you know what, I'm less afraid to do this, I'm less scared to do this, we know our fans got our back no matter what. Like that was always something that you had there that you could count on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely. I mean, it is crazy because sometimes you can hit those lows. Like my last season, And that felt like a whole new world to me because I didn't know how I was going to be accepted. And it comes with judgment. But then I got such amazing support. And then that's when the season 4 came. And I think because of the amazing support I got from everyone, I got to be me this season. And that's what this season is so like cool for me is like, here I am,
Wild
single,
and
ready to
free.
mingle, and I'm not going to be ashamed because I shouldn't be ashamed of it. And I felt like I was for a bit, and I kind of hid. And it's that amazing support that brought
I'm
the butterfly out.
excited. I'm excited to get into a little bit of this season. We will in a second, but something that I've always kind of been fascinated about is, why people attach to the show, why we love this show, is because of how honest you are, because of how vulnerable you let yourselves be in front of the camera. You go through these like transformative moments in your life in front of a camera, which is a hard thing to do. Period. Full stop. But have you found, now here we are 4 seasons, you have all this stuff, having those like tapes, almost like a game tape, have you ever like gone back to those moments with like a different perspective, with like fresh eyes, and found value in having done it in front of a camera? Because you can see it in a different way now.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
for sure.
yes. I mean, there's so much I look back on and I'm like, oh, if you could only see it now, you would have done this differently or handled this differently, especially because like once you say something, and you all know on Twitter, Instagram, and with us on TV, like it's out there and people are like, I can't believe you said it. And you're like, well, maybe I didn't really mean it like that. And well, we have to live with that on TV. And then I have to see it like a year or 2 later, 3 years. And I'm like, why did I say that? Or why did I handle it that way? Like, goodness, Nicole. I mean, I'm just so mature now.
Well, and even like
So.
arguments with her and I'll be like, I
realized
said
you were
it
wrong.
first, or you too. But like when we watch it back, we both will be like, oh yeah, you were right, or something. Like it definitely settles all the arguments where we're like,
What do you think when you watch Brie Mode back? I've always wondered that.
don't have as many tequilas, Stick to
Do
one.
you ever get embarrassed?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Kind of like when
I get
we
embarrassed.
watched you on your date with Peter. Remember how embarrassed you felt? Yeah, you guys will all see that this season. It's kind of how I felt when I watched myself in Brie Mode.
It's so embarrassing.
Do you guys ever find yourselves, when did you finish shooting on this season? How long ago?
November.
Probably so like a week or 2 after
Yeah.
Evolution. Pretty much Thanksgiving.
After our birthday. Celebrated our birthday.
Oh yeah, duh.
You know,
you
so
ever-
end of November, yeah.
Happy belated. Do you ever find yourself in this weird like time vortex of like, oh, I can't tweet or talk about this because it hasn't happened yet because the show is still not aired? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Definitely.
Like we were just teased, like we get to see your first date or your first sit down with Artem, but like that has evolved and gone in its own direction and wherever you are with that, but you can't talk about that yet because it hasn't happened yet for the rest of the world. Is that a weird space for you to kind of exist in and navigate?
Oh my gosh, totally. Because it's like, especially when you are the real people and you just want to talk about it. And I mean, I have that issue. I talk way too much anyways. And so it's like, oh shoot. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to say that. Or like, Brie's pregnant. I mean, just kidding.
I'm not.
I know she's
I
not.
am not.
I like to start rumors.
Oh, thanks.
But you're right.
Yeah.
It's tough. Or when things are being played out and I'm like, oh my gosh, can we just get to that episode so everyone knows how it ends? Yeah. Because everyone thinks something else. So it's
It's crazy for me to see Birdie so young. Like when I watching the episodes back, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's not that young anymore. And it was just a couple months ago. It's really weird. Yeah.
It really like puts it in perspective of how quickly that's happening. Like,
Oh my, so quick.
yeah. Real at the risk of sounding like your mother, for the love of God, tell me you've moved out of that beach house since it aired. Like people now know where that is. That's
Right.
like,
right. I have.
Thank
yes.
God. Your neighbors were way too comfortable just popping over to say hello.
Right?
I was like, what?
Yes.
That.
Yes.
Well, it's funny because it like happens living at the beach. Like, anyone ever live at the beach? SoCal. So right, isn't that like the beach vibe? People stop by. The best is
So you're
though when I
drinking
had
beers, and that's when they
underage
stop
kids
by.
try to stop by and get beer, and I was like, wait,
like
I want to be cool, but I'm not cool. Y'all gotta leave.
You want to be cool but not
Yeah,
arrested. Like,
exactly. I'm enjoying my time right now. So, but you know what? We grew up as beach girls since like college. We're from San Diego. So for me, I'm like, Mom, this is life. Like I'm used to it, but I just don't see myself where I'm at right now, I guess. So that's where she had to be a mom. And I guess I see it now, but I didn't see it then.
She showed up with a baseball bat, a knife, like
I
everything.
mean,
It was
what
like-
a psycho. Just
What-
kidding. She's the cutest in the world.
Yeah.
But she
I have a
gets...
daughter now, so I get it.
So you get it, yeah.
I'd be doing the same with Birdie.
But do you see these guns?
No, I don't
She
actually.
doesn't need a baseball bat.
There were audible gasps in the crowd when you did that. Yeah,
Yeah.
They are a deterrent for sure.
No.
Brie, we get to follow you sort of navigating life like just as a new mom and like dealing with your body and body issues and things of that nature. Just like Nikki, we get to watch you sort of figure out how to be single Nikki and like what your life is. Again, these are really vulnerable moments. You know, do you ever, because you've been known as and have been this like beacon of just badass, powerful women and like you're an inspiration to everyone, how important is it to also let us see the vulnerabilities and also show those human sides?
Yeah, for myself, I mean, it's something I really wanted to showcase because, you know, the season before I kept saying, oh, I can go back, I can be a mom, I can run 2 companies, I could wrestle, I can do it all. And I really felt, to be honest, in my heart, I could. And this last comeback really opened up my eyes that I couldn't. I spread myself way too thin. Yeah. I couldn't give 120% to wrestling, to my companies, to my daughter. So instead I was giving everything just like 25%, which how are you great at something? And I learned a lot, and it's so funny because I thought I was going to go into this comeback, and I thought it was going to be way different. And the cameras caught so much, and I'm like, this is all going wrong. Like, this is not how I'd want to write it. And but I want to show moms that you know what, we can't do it all. We just can't, because at the end of the day, our kids are 24/7, and they're number one. So everything else is just going to come on the lower end of the list. And I just realized, like, Brie, you have to start looking now, what are your hobbies, what are your priorities, and what's your future?
And, you know, to touch on what Bree said, I think it's so important because I feel like right now we live in this filtered world, and I feel like everyone on Instagram has the most perfect life or the happy life, or everyone's a perfect parent or whatever it may be, but that isn't real life. And I feel like sometimes people get down because they're looking at how other people are living, and they're like, why am I not living this way? Well, that person's probably not living that way either. So that's why I feel it's so important on Total Bellas that we show the bad and the times that are struggles and where we're human, because we all are human. We all have good times and bad times, highs, lows, positives and negatives. And I think the more that we could showcase the times that we're low, we could support each other. Yeah. And that's what's very important to Brie and I. I mean, that's why I still showcased my breakup, and I'm showcasing everything after that, because all of us have been through it. I'm almost positive maybe the ones underage haven't been through it yet. Don't go through it yet. Wait a little bit to fall in love. But we've all been through that. So it's nice when you see other people go through that and how they can overcome it.
Yeah. Right.
You guys have, since day one, I called you a beacon of badass empowerment, which I just coined.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a cool way to refer to it, but it's true. And as demonstrated by the Bella Army here, you guys have been an inspiration and have been a powerful voice and a strong, empowering voice forever. What's it been like watching the national conversation kind of catch up with that concept and that idea, and seeing more female-driven stories in film and TV, having the first ever all-female pay-per-view, Evolution, watching this world kind of catch up to the idea that you guys have been talking about for years, which is a strong, powerful female message?
Yeah, you know, we were actually talking about this earlier, and we were saying that it's such a special feeling because we're at the forefront of seeing this happen to women all over the world in every different type of business. And it's crazy because in 10 years, it's going to be normal for women. And so right now, it's our time to really soak it in the way women did the day they heard they could vote. I'll never understand that feeling, you know, when people heard it that day. To me, being able to vote is very normal. So what we're going through in today's world, for myself, because we have the experience at wrestling and scene, it's really special. So we linger on to every time that we could say this is the best time for women in WWE, because in 2 years, it's not going to be that. It's going to be normal. Yeah. So we were just saying, like, we take it all in as, like, this is an incredible, it gives me goosebumps all over my body. Like, this is an incredible moment to be like, whoa, we're only going to see this being so special for right now.
Right. And not only that, for us women who have always portrayed strength and empowerment, you know, for so long, especially in Hollywood, that wasn't what was cool. So I have to tell you, like, when we used to go to events and stuff, like, stylists wouldn't want to style us, and people assumed that we were coming in like Macho Man walking in the building, or people would be like, oh, sorry, we expected you to be as big as China. It was such a perception. When you heard of a strong woman, that's what they perceived. And now having all these superheroes like Supergirl and Wonder Woman and all the other characters that are coming on TV, it's cool for us because I feel like strong is finally being appreciated as beautiful. Yeah. And it makes us as WWE superstars feel more beautiful too. Because I mean, we've been trying over here, but we needed Hollywood's help a little bit. So I'm like, thank you for finally getting on board.
That's such an interesting perspective that I never really thought of or was aware of. That how you guys are perceived in the mainstream, in Hollywood's view of what a strong WWE female superstar means or what that looks like. And that's really encouraging to hear that it's you guys have helped push that needle the other way and change that direction. Aren't you you're going to Sundance? I saw this. For all the research I did, I only saw this on Twitter today that you guys were going to Sundance.
Heck yeah, Sundance, you better watch out.
What are you guys doing over at Sundance other than having the best time ever?
Yeah, well, best time ever. But we're also excited because we're going to be doing a pre-launch of our beauty product called Nicole and Breezy coming out. We're starting with body lotions. And we're also showing, we did a documentary with Kara Ross called Unleashed that will be showing that we're really excited about because it goes really in detail of our businesses and how we created them, the things we failed at, things we learned, because no entrepreneur ever starts a business and it succeeds. There was 3 times we thought we were gonna have to shut the doors on Birdie Bee because you just had days where you're like, yeah, we're not gonna make it. But then the next day you're like, whoa, where did this come from? Okay, we're gonna survive. And it's really cool. So we're excited because we're actually going into Sundance as businesswomen, which is different for us, but it's a cool feeling. We're gonna be speaking about it.
Yeah. And we're gonna probably try and ski. So I've been on Pinterest Googling ski chic. And does anyone know what's the fancy name? When you want to look really cool at the slopes? Après-ski?
I have no
What is
idea.
it? Après-ski? Okay, so I Googled that too, and I couldn't believe the outfits. And then I was like, wait, I could
Really?
show my legs on the slopes?
amazing.
I mean, Gucci says I can, so.
No, you can't.
Oh, wait till you see the outfits.
If you crash, you're gonna get snow burn.
I was a soccer player. I'm fine.
And if there's one thing I've heard countless times, soccer and skiing are identical in terms of the
Right?
skill set required.
So I'm gonna
The
take my
smarter
chances
twin, we
on
all
that.
know.
Have you ever, as beach people, water ski? Have you done anything remotely similar to skiing or snowboarding before?
Snowboarding.
We've been snowboarding.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. It's been
She was
a
actually
really long
good
time.
at snowboarding.
I was.
You know,
but it's been a
crashed.
long time, so you're gonna set me up to fail right now, so don't do that.
We'll put you on the kiddie slopes. Or the bunny
the
hills.
bunnies, yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, I'm not looking to go do Black Diamonds. I'll save that for Monday.
Yeah. I'll be in the lodge having my wine.
Actually, yeah. That's a pre-ski, right? That's what that kind of means. You dress up, après-ski, and then you don't
that's
ski.
me.
That's
I'm
it.
pre-ski.
There we go.
Based on all the ski talk and Sundance talk, is it safe to assume, I was going to ask where you're going to be for the Royal Rumble, which is coming up. I don't know what your plans are. I haven't heard
Nothing's
anything.
safe.
Nothing?
It's a short flight.
All right, fair enough. It's close enough. It could happen. We don't know, maybe.
It's,
all right.
it's always
Maybe
up
has a
in the
jet,
air.
so.
Yeah.
So if
fair
you see
point.
it parked in Park City, Utah, well,
You'll
that might be
know.
a hint.
On the heels of Nothing Safe, I'd be a damned fool not to bring up the recently announced female tag team titles that are out there. If you tell me you're not looking at those, you're lying, right? Come on.
Totally. I mean,
Yeah.
I've saved all the photos where they've already put it on my waist of everyone doing the Photoshop. I was like, save vision board. Right?
Well, it's funny because Nicole and I mean, we've been obviously a tag team since the womb, but at WWE for over a decade, and they would always tell us, well, with twins, we're always tag titles. So when we saw on TV that the tag titles are here, we both were like, really? Now? Couldn't have been years ago. But now her and I looked at each other. My husband's like, we're having baby number 2. And I'm like, well, but
Can we maybe postpone?
how do we not cross paths with those titles? They're meant for the Bella twins. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's just amazing how you navigate all these different things. You've got these titles, which are clearly your destiny. You've got all of these businesses. You are such amazing entrepreneurs. I had no idea you had the film, the documentary, Baby Number 2. There's just so much stuff going on. And season 4, honestly, I can't say it. I could do this all day. I love when you guys come here, but a very important thing to me is that we make time for your fans. So we're going to take a bunch of questions. And as we kick that off, we got a question from Twitter, but I do want to remind everyone, Sundays at 9 on E. I was looking down because I wrote it down. I want to nail that tune in there.
Yeah.
Sundays Weekdays at 9 on E. You already knew that. So tell somebody that doesn't already know that. Okay, our first question is from someone on Twitter, a fan, at @total_elite. When I say underscore, I did it again. I sound like I'm 100 years old, don't I? At @total_elite. Question for Nikki and Brie Bella. How does it feel to inspire women like myself to always be fearless and love themselves? Great question.
Oh, I love that. You know, it feels amazing because I think as, you know, women who live their lives on camera, you hope that your life just can at least inspire one person. I know her and I are like, okay, we put everything out there. We're willing to be the punching bag for the people who are having a bad day. We're willing for people to pick us apart and judge us. And I do it because I hope that there are women and even men out there who can like relate to us, who could really look at us and be like, you know what? Thank you, I needed that. Like, I do struggle as a mom with mom guilt or with body issues or all these different things, and I know the same with you. So that feels really good to know that.
That was a great question. Before we go to one in the studio, I would be remiss not to point out that _Ellie's name also says Ellie loves Sebastian Stan. He was just here. We'll make sure he gets that message, Ellie. Thank you.
That's really cute.
Thank you for reaching out. Great question. Now we've got at least 5. That's fantastic in the room. Our first one's going to come from here on the green couch. Go for it.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's such an honor to meet you. I've been watching you guys since I was 2008 on SmackDown. And
Oh,
I'm 22 now, so
wow.
That
yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
unreal.
You guys are like my woman crushes. Sorry, Brian.
No, don't be sorry. I love
So
it.
I have a question to ask. How do you guys balance it all? How do you balance Bella Radici? Now you're having the skincare line. Birdie B being, wrestling still after all these years, innovating the women's division.
Well,
I mean, I will say it's definitely very tough to balance. You have some days of like, how am I doing all of this?
Right.
But I think it's because I'm in business with my twin sister. And it's kind of or two people working for one in a way. Like, we just help each other balance it out.
Yeah.
Hey, go do this Bella Radici thing. I'll do this Birdie B thing. And so I feel like if I didn't have Brie, I couldn't do it all.
yeah, and I think too, like, we meditate a lot. Like, we have to give time to just take a breather and know and write everything down. It's crazy. Her and I every day have to go, what are the most important things we have to get done today? Is today a day for Birdie B? Tomorrow's a day for Bella Radici, and then Nicole and Breezy. So we really do really well when we can meditate every morning, just get our mind right, and then we just go to that list to see what's important and what's, can happen another day.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And actually, my mom is right here. She also had a question.
Hi, Mom. You don't look like Mom.
You
Good
don't
for
look
you.
like a mom. You're so beautiful, both
Thank
of
you.
And it's an honor for a woman that you're fighting for a woman's right, long time. My son is crazy about you.
Oh.
And I just want to know how your daughter takes all this, and she's just so beautiful, cute, adorable.
Thank
Baby, I'm in love
you.
with her.
Thank you. She is. I'm so
I mean,
blessed.
you leave her, and I know I'm a mom. How it?
Oh, yesterday I was crying. I was so emotional. I'm like, because
so
usually Birdie will travel with me. And let me tell you, thank goodness, I have an amazing nanny who helps me out. And my husband, we balance it, and we both talk to, we'll tell WWE, like, okay, he can only do this because I'm doing this. So we work it out, but it's definitely hard. But I have to tell myself, like, Birdie's watching me do what I love and me be a strong woman, and that's what I want for her when she grows up. I want her to be able to have a career and have a family. So I hope that I'm showing her, like, how to be, like, I'm a good role model for her. But I will tell you, it's tough. But she does travel with me, which is nice. But this trip, no.
Yeah, but
And was devastating.
You're already missing
Oh,
her.
I just want to squeeze her and smell her. Like, it kills
I'm just
me.
so happy to, that you're an amazing woman taking
Aw.
care of all this.
Thank
God bless
you.
guys.
That means a lot. Thank you.
We're going to go to our next question real quick. Nicole and Breezy is the name of the line, right?
Yes.
That is clever as all get. How long did it take for you to come up with that name?
We originally wanted Coco and Breezy, but with Coco Chanel, you can't.
Can't do that.
Because, all the nieces and nephew call me Coco.
And I'm
And everyone
Breezy.
calls her Breezy. But so then we did Nicole and Breezy,
Yeah.
which is still what some of the kids, call
Yeah.
us. So it's perfect.
Love
it's
it.
us.
All right. Okay, where's the next question? It's right over here. Go for it.
Hi guys.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm such a huge fan. I've been watching you guys since day one, and I love you guys so much and watching the show as well. But my question I wanted to ask you is, how is it being a female working in a male-dominant sport, and do you feel there has been more opportunities for female wrestlers?
I mean, it's been incredible to be a female in a male-dominated industry because it gives you this courage and bravery, and you just get this fire in you because you want to break barriers and you want to fight for women. It just gives you that motivation. And I feel like more than ever in just women wrestling history have women got an amazing opportunity. I mean, to see what the women get to do every week on TV at the pay-per-views, bringing in the tag titles. It's an amazing time to be a woman. That's why we say it on season 4. It's like, I think of all the women like years ago, even the girls that I started with who were fighting for this and will never get to experience the opportunity, but their fight helped us get here. And Brie and I, that's why we always feel so lucky is we are a part of the fight and we get a benefit with all the opportunities.
Yeah,
and
and
amazing.
And I'll say the thing about being a woman in a male-dominated industry, it's scary. Like when we first started, I was scared. It was intimidating, and I definitely had to find the courage inside. And it was interesting because one day I was like, okay, if I use my voice, what's the worst that can happen? They tell me no, they fire me, they're not gonna do that. And so but it took a lot. It took me a couple years to get there till I could actually finally use my voice. Because I will admit, it is intimidating at first when you see like 10 females and 100 men.
Yeah, keep on fighting.
Yeah.
You're
Great
welcome.
question.
Thank you.
Okay, our next one's going to come right from over here. Go for it, man.
Hey, cutie.
Hey, Stud, did you guys see the flowers he brought us and the sweetest notes?
Yeah.
He did. Rico Suave. Hey, papi.
First off, Nikki's my Bella crush.
Woo! Yeah,
Lucky
baby.
Nikki.
Gonna make me blush over here.
Are you guys coming back for the tag titles?
Well, we would love to. So I guess we have to see what happens at Elimination Chamber to find out the status of that. But at least, whether it's a year from now or it's in a few months or it's a few years from now, I would love to do something with Brie with the tag titles for sure. Yeah.
Great question. Good job with those flowers.
Yeah.
Good move. How many more? I got another one, Kate, coming to me from over here. Go for it.
Oh,
Hi,
Birdie
girls.
Bean.
Hello.
I don't know if you recognize the shirt and me. We met back in the summer at Barclays Center. You guys were amazing and very excited as Birdie B has been such a huge success. Your kids' clothing out now, which I can't wait to buy and store away for the future for my future little one. You did post a sneak peek and have mentioned it, your beauty brand that's coming out. What can you tell us about what to expect from the line?
Brie and I wanted to bring to the beauty and body line was like what we are as being empowering and fearless and bring that like strength of a woman to the line because there's so many beautiful lines. Like it's a very competitive feel, but when we were looking at everything, like there wasn't something that truly represented the strength of a woman. And so that was something that was very important to us, as well as the type of product, how it was made against animal testing and all those different things.
Organic. And the thing, we wanted something that was on the...
You interrupted me.
Oh, did I? Do you want to finish? That you could put on the counter, and when you're putting your lotion on and you're rubbing your body, it's like, yeah, I feel empowered right now. I feel fearless. And because we have to remind ourselves every morning when we're putting the lotion on and every night. But my sister and I too, like, as you can tell, we love fashion. Like, we might kick butt in the ring, but we love fashion, we love makeup, we like beauty products. It was something like our grandmother always taught us, and we're like, why don't we do that? I mean, we're always into our makeup and everything else. So it's really fun because we're slowly gonna be launching stuff in 2019. So you're gonna see more like some skincare, glam, and our lotions will be the first, and body wash. Yes.
Yeah. She's
Honeybee
in the back.
Eileen's in the back.
I saw her.
Yeah. She's like me. I love her.
All right, I'm getting the signal. We're going to have to wrap things up. I want to thank, of course, the Bella Army again. You guys are amazing. You had great questions, as always, and a wonderful, loving vibe. I'm very appreciative of you. And I want to thank both of you. Before we do the big applause and say goodbye and all that fun stuff, let's get the business done. We've got Sundays at 9 on E! Season 4 of Total Bellas is airing right now. Obviously, you're watching it. Find a friend who's not. Make them watch it, and they'll fall in love. Real quick, what's the name of the documentary that you guys were talking about that showcases all your business adventures and things of that nature. I want to see that.
Yeah, so it's going, so Unleash, but if you follow us socially on Sunday, you'll see us putting it out there. So
Talking about
Yeah, they're announcing the name of it, the name of the series.
I can't say the name
And I
of
was
the
about to say
series
that. I was like,
until
wait, I don't
Sunday.
think they've announced it. No,
So-
that's good. So this Sunday, if you go follow Unleashed on Instagram, they're announcing, and it's a super cool name.
It's
Yes.
I can't wait to see it. We've talked about how inspirational you are to young women, women, people in general. As a man, an adult man, you guys are incredibly inspirational. The amount of stuff that you put into all of the businesses you have and all the hard work you do, and you do this show, it's so awesome whenever you come through. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
No, you guys mean a lot to us. One more time, let's make some crazy noise. It's Nikki and Brie Bella. Come on.
Thank you.